And also we have someone that is new to Kingwood among us. It's Captain Matt May. So Captain May with the Kingwood Station of Houston Police Department. Captain May's been here, what, a total of 30 days? About a month and a half. So it's, I've met Captain May and he's helping us out with some traffic congestion problems in and around Kingwood High School. For all of you who drop off kids or go down that way at 6:30 and 6:45, we're working on some plans to maybe get a little bit better movement in traffic. So welcome to Kingwood, Captain May, and we're honored to have you here tonight. So thank you. So the format, we're going to start out with a couple of community updates, and then followed by some updates from the city of Houston. So before we do that, I'd like to have the opportunity to introduce everyone who's sitting up here, and maybe starting from this end. I guess we had a couple of changes in the people, so Al, give me the changes before I really mess it up. Okay, I'm Gary. We'll just go on. Gary Dewar is from Solid Waste Management. Gary was our speaker last time we had a meeting. We were supposed to have the director, but I understand he had an automobile accident on his way here. So maybe Captain May, you can take care of that automobile accident for him. And we have next to Gary is Kay Tipton with the Department of Neighborhoods. We also have in our audience, where's Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn, if you wouldn't mind stand up. Gwendolyn's with the Mayor's Department of Neighborhoods as well. So thanks for coming, Gwendolyn. Even though you have a daughter dancing with the village tonight, you came tonight, so thank you. It's all about you. Thank you. Remember where you heard it. And then we also have Diane Lowry with Public Works and Engineering. Dwayne Morrich with the Houston Police Department. You've been to a couple of these meetings, you know Dwayne very well, and we're limiting Dwayne to 5 minutes tonight. So will everybody get their watches out, stopwatches out, and make sure that once he gets to 4:49, 4:50, we begin the countdown. So we will yank Dwayne off the stage. So, and District Chief Kelly Ford from the Houston Fire Department. So I think that's it. And then we have 2 speakers tonight, and I'll start off. We have Ethel McCorrick and Jared Simmons with the Houston Airport system. So we'll start off with a community update with Ethel McCormick. Everybody knows Ethel. She is a Kingwood Management Association. She's been here longer than dirt. I say that. But does a great job. I didn't say older than dirt. I said she'll be here longer than dirt. So Ethel does a great job with a lot of things in and around. And I'm sure we're going to hear some things about feral hogs, which are near and dear to everyone's heart. So Ethel, thank you. Do you need this to stand? Thanks.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here tonight, and I just want to introduce myself as Ethel McCormick with Kingwood Association Management. I am a 37-year resident of Kingwood. That's a long time. I remember the very first buildings in Kingwood. I also remember as far back as when Kingwood was only to Woodland Hills. Can you only imagine that? Yes, I have the history and I work with it on a daily basis. But my main thing is I work with homeowner associations, trail associations, and dealing with you as residents. We are customer service. I hope you understand that when you do have issues, you can always call us and we'll try to help you. But the main thing is with our homeowner associations, we always ask, people want to know, who does what? We don't understand the connection between your homeowner association and what we do and what the city of Houston actually does for us, and what our other entities like flood control, anything else that we have that is around us, the county, not just Harris County, but Montgomery County. We have lots of people that we work with, and it is very interesting on a day-to-day basis around my office, because you never know what I'm going to be into. And we won't go there with girl walks. But the main thing is always remember the common area properties within a village. That's what your HOA is responsible. That's the boundaries are within that village. So we work with that. We work with the pools, the parks, the green belts, all the entries. And we're dealing with you're talking about a lot of entities, of the assets themselves of each of the villages, and what we're working with, budgets, we're working with reserve funds, we're working with all types of issues that we work with each of the homeowners associations. They have community association rooms, they have pools. We work closely with the pool management and also with their contracts to resolve issues, whatever's going on with that pool, we can get involved with that and help the board of directors. Actually, I work for you. I work for the board of directors. And so we manage and use and work with all the community rooms, work with the management of the pool tax. And that kind of overlaps into, I have two hats. It's called KSA and I have KAM. And when you're working with pool tax, it was actually a joint agreement through KSA to all the villages so that you would be able to use all 14 pools in Kingwood, and that you would be registered by your address to have a tag. And so that was a joint project that we worked together, and that's worked for over 6 years now. Our parks maintain the landscaping, the maintenance, and ordering the playground equipment, and many other issues with our parks. It could be cameras in our parks, surveillance cameras, or it could be as far as working on getting a piece of playground equipment, toy. The green belts, I manage trail associations, and we maintain work with the contractors for the general cleanup of the green belts. And we've had a drought, so you know our last 2 years has been really busy with removing dead trees. Very costly. We have to replace a lot of the broken concrete on the trails from, say, all of our, the wear and tear on them. Plus we have center point, we have other issues in having people driving on our trails. They're not supposed to be there. Mosquito bogging. We work with that in every of the villages, either have a mosquito contract or on the trail systems. Most all of our trail systems have a contract with a mosquito control. Our community entrances. The beautification and the landscape of all the entrances. A lot of the associations have updated their entrance signs and gone from the original Friendswood signs to the new granite signs, and there's been a lot of that through the last few years. And then that wonderful thing that's called deed restrictions. Somebody's got to do it, and that's me. We actually do manage quite a few of the community associations, and we try our best to keep up what our restrictions are that are in our governing documents. That is extremely important to you as a property owner, that these are upheld and they are being followed by your governing documents. Collections, we work with collections for the assessment so that we can maintain the villages, and that is a very important part of my job. But the other fun part is when nobody knows, what do I do? This is not in my village, what do I do? They call and I have to work with the city. And it has to do with the medians of Kingwood Drive, Woodland Hills, North Park, part of North Park, the park is ours. Street signs, street lights, roads. What do? We call 311, and if that doesn't really work, we call Gwendolyn. We love Gwendolyn. KSA, we do a lot. The HOAs, people don't understand exactly KSA and what their responsibilities are, and what we own is what we maintain. So always remember, when you see a Kingwood entrance, that may be KSA. It's 5 of the parks in Kingwood, which is River Grove, Deer Ridge, North Park, Easton Park, and Creekwood. Those are all KSA. And most of our villages in Kingwood are KSA members. You'll see our Kingwood entrance, and do remember that you can always go to the KingwoodServiceAssociation.org website, and and get a lot of information from that website, because we link to the city websites. We link to anything that's going on that benefits us here in Kingwood. And we try our best to keep us all updated with what we're supposed to be doing. But our biggest thing is that we work together. And what we need done, we have to find out who we need to call. And through the years, we have quite a list, and we know who we can call and get things done for Kingwood. And that is the main purpose, basically. When you stop and think, Kingwood was based on volunteers. We have 31 villages, basically, with at least 5 to 11 board members. That's a lot of volunteers. And through the years, that has made Kingwood what it is. All the work that's been put out for the growth of Kingwood. And now we're working with not only our villages and our parks and things like that, but we're actually working with the city of Houston, HPD, fire department, all the different entities that we work all together. And we have a really good relationship. Thank you.
I have a question. Since you're working with all these departments, can you tell me what North Woodland Hills is doing about the neon orange house? And if they do nothing, can't that go to other villages and say, well, they're not doing anything to him, they
No.
can't do anything to me?
No, ma'am. North Woodland Hills has its own governing documents, and they will follow their documents to get that corrected. Unfortunately, I don't change them. You want me to say one thing about Carol Moss?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you a quick update. I know that Dave had mentioned Carol Hawks. I just want to let you know where we are. There's been a lot of activity with homeowners and their lawns being destroyed by the feral hogs. We have been working with feral hogs now for quite some time, but there have been in less number. Now it seems like we have a larger number, but basically what I did, by the instructions of KSA, I actually had contacted the entities that have the large areas of property, which are Friendswood, Deerwood Country Club, Kingwood Country Club, and noticed that they were all thinking about the same thing we were. Okay, and then we started tracking in East End Park, and we have actually recovered and removed 11 hogs. This has been since the first week of September. So we've been working on this and trying to eliminate. Kings Point Trail Association has now, they are also tracking and removing hogs from their property. And KSA has sent out a letter to Friendswood, Kings Point Trail, Deerwood, Kingwood Country Clubs, asking that they coordinate their hog control efforts with KSA. And also other letters were sent to the surrounding areas, like in the green belts that come around East End Park and things like that. We've been working with all the different homeowner associations and trail associations in order that we can work together, that we at least know what the others are doing. But KSA, I want to get this clear, KSA is not, and no plan of sending somebody over on somebody else's property. I want to get that clear, because KSA will only trap or track on their own property. So we encourage those other entities to do the same thing, and we're trying to work together on that.
Has there been any response to Friendswood?
Yes, there's been responses, but I don't know exactly today what they're doing. There's been responses.
Let's do, what we'll do is we'll have time after everybody goes through their presentations to take questions. And I know this is a hot topic, and I know that everybody, a lot of people here are personally affected by it, so we do want to get some answers. So I would like to introduce someone else that walked in, Ryan Cavey from